Hey guys, what's up? This is C-Train, your three-time champion. I'm going to answer some questions here for the documentary, but I wanted to show you the trophy, what everyone's fighting for, and let you know it's not leaving the South here. I'm going to do everything I can to keep this baby here, and I'm looking to become the first four-time champion in the CFL history. So just to show you some inspiration, and hopefully, we can have a nice, good year here coming up. So. Um, As far as the questions go here, the first question, tell me about your first year in the league. What did you expect? What was your record? What did you do good and bad? So I was there from the beginning. There's a few of us, especially the board members, that were there that first year, and we can all tell you it was a changing day in our life. It was extremely memorable. I had no clue what fantasy football was. Most of us didn't. And Adam came up to me and said, "Hey, man, you want to do a fantasy football draft? We're going to start in a league." And I said, "I have no idea what that is." It's like, "Don't worry about it. Just go buy a magazine. We got about a half hour before we start, and it'll be a lot of fun." So that year we had an uneven number of people. So Joey T and I actually became a co-managing or co-owning team, and it didn't go as well as we had hoped. Our record probably wasn't very good, but we learned a lot, and that was kind of the thing. You had a lot of fun and kind of grow your team and your as an owner. And of course, from there I became my own owner, and kind of in my mind rewrote CFL history in a lot of ways. So, but that first year, there's so many memories. There's so many good things about it. We looked at it like, let's build a team like an NFL would. We started from the core and realized, okay, an NFL team would be great, but it's not going to translate into fantasy points, every week, so you have to look at building a fantasy football team and not an NFL team. But it was great, man. You'd wake up Sunday, call over the Capretta household, call your roster in, see who's coming over for the day, go over there by 1 o'clock, watch football all day, and then, start adding up the scores. You'd watch ESPN Sports Center. Okay, this guy had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then you look at the Vindicator to verify, and you cross-reference the Vindicator with the USA Today and try and get anything you could to find an extra point here or there, just so you can kind of get over the the point margin to get that victory. So it was fun. It was a lot of classics that first year. Some fun discussions at school the next day and on Monday and Tuesday, but it was great, and I think it was definitely a changing day for all of us that were there, and something we'll never forget. Next question, talk about your championships, what they mean to you, and where do they compare to other accomplishments in your life. CFL championship, it's like top notch. Then you got like sex, and then you have breathing. It's just all we live for is to get that championship and work our hardest to be better than our friends. So I've been fortunate enough to win 3 of them. My first one was extremely memorable. That's the most prideful one because you feel like you've accomplished something, feel like you got that hurdle off your back, and I was fortunate enough to win one early in my career and just kind of set the tone and set the bar high and just continue to raise the bar each year. And championships, man, it's great. You walk into the Capretta household the draft day, and you're introduced as a former champion, or you have that respect behind your name because you've won it before, you've been there, you've done it. So it definitely is something that is hard to do. It's not easy, but it definitely comes with a lot of pride and a lot of respect when you have a championship behind your name. So. Next question, do you remember who your first draft pick was? Yeah, I kind of alluded to it earlier. We looked at, our first draft pick as, an NFL team would. Where are you going to start? You're going to start at the foundation. You start with the quarterback. So Joey T and I, we decided John Elway was our guy. It turned out to be a great year for him. And actually his, NFL career led to a Hall of Fame career. And that year he took his team to the Super Bowl, and actually his fantasy numbers were pretty good. The rest of our team didn't really, do as well as Elway did, but that's what you learn. That's where the knowledge and the experience comes into play. So, but yeah, John Elway, he was the man. So, next question: talk about some draft strategies you've seen over the years with different owners. Do you have a philosophy you've used since the beginning, or has it changed? Well, we've seen all different sorts of strategies. Everybody's kind of come in with different things, draft quarterback early, wait for quarterback, stud running back the first 3-4 rounds, and we've seen stud wide receiver, receiver after receiver after receiver. You could just ask Paul Suhar, about that. He'll tell you anything you want to know about the stud wide receiver theory. But we've seen them all. Drafting defenses early, drafting defenses late, kickers early. I mean, we've all kind of learned and kind of find our strategy. I don't stick to one particular strategy myself. It changes year to year. Some years I look at it and I've tried it. I've tried running backs a lot. I've tried a lot of receivers early. I've tried a quarterback in the first round. I've tried a quarterback late, and it's just really, to me now, depends on the year and what I think is going to be projected as a good squad. So the biggest thing is just kind of see how the draft unfolds and kind of roll with it and kind of go with there. But some people still stick to their guns and do the same thing every year, and that makes it easy for us to predict, where they're going to go and who they're going to draft. But we'll see what this year holds for us. So I'm going to stop the video here, and I'm going to get another one here. It's going to break it up a little.